students often ask, should I get my clubs fit? Is my game good enough at this point for club fitting? Will one of those shafts that you have on the wall really make a difference in my game? To answer those questions, let's take a look at a problem that exists in the golf business. That problem is there are no standards in the golf industry for club specifications. In other words, if you bought a set of clubs with regular shafts from brand A and another from brand B, and then measured both on a frequency meter, it's not only possible that the clubs may measure differently, they probably will measure differently. Even worse, within any given company, there's no consistency. For instance, if you got a set of clubs with stiff shafts this year, they will likely measure differently than last year's set. And this year's irons built with regular shafts will likely measure differently than this year's hybrids built with regular shafts. If you shop casually for golf clubs, the actual flex of the shafts in your set is most likely extremely variable. It doesn't matter at all that all of your clubs are labeled stiff or regular, and it doesn't matter which brand you play. Why is this a problem for your game? Let's head out to the driving range and find out. All right, I just had a great warm-up with a wedge and a 7-iron, and I'm about to go to my bag to grab a hybrid to hit a few shots. If the actual flex on my hybrid is different from the actual flex on my 7-iron, I'm about to be disappointed. If I make the same swing with both clubs and they have different flexes, I will get a different result. As a coach, it's my job to help you understand this is a very important concept. You cannot and will not develop a repeating swing if your club specifications are not consistent through your set. You will need to learn a different feel with each club in your bag, and that makes no sense whatsoever. If you want to play your best golf, you can't wait to get your game in order before you get your clubs fit. You need to get your clubs fit now because it's a very important part of helping you get your game in order. I hope that at this point you are clear that club fitting is in fact for you, even if your game isn't where you want it yet. Now that we've established that, there are two things to consider regarding fitting. First, you need to consider the fitting itself. How good are the philosophy and quality of the fitting process? In other words, does the fitter really understand what matters in club fitting? And does the club fitter have a high enough quality of their process? Are your needs really going to be measured accurately? Second, you need to learn about the delivery capability of the club fitter. In other words, will the clubs that end up in your hands actually match the specifications you were measured for? With regard to the first consideration, there are a lot of fitters who have a good enough philosophy, and many of those fitters also have a good enough quality in their fitting process. There are very few fitters, however, who can actually get clubs in your hand that match the specifications that you need. That may seem a bit shocking, but it's absolutely a fact. As an example of how inconsistent major companies are in delivering clubs to precise specifications, check out this story. I was fit by a major manufacturer at a very prominent event for professionals. I went to 7 fitting stations. I was fit for wedges, irons, hybrids, fairway woods, a driver, a putter, and a ball. And the fitting process was outstanding. The fulfillment of my order, however, was not. I actually received a left-handed wedge along with 4 right-handed clubs all in the same box. They didn't simply mistake me for a left-handed player. They actually sent me clubs that required me to stand on different sides of the ball depending on which club I was using. I clearly had to send the left-handed wedge back, but in addition, I also had to send 2 of the other clubs back. The faces were significantly closed, and I had specified in the order I wanted the club faces to be square. If major manufacturers can get that many details wrong in a single order for a professional fit at a very prominent event, do you think they're going to check every detail of your order? Our fitting process is different than the norm in many ways. Both our fitting philosophy and fitting quality are far beyond good enough. They are thorough, well-tested, and exceptionally accurate. We measure everything, and we do so with the most accurate measuring tools available, including TrackMan, the game's leading ball flight and club delivery measurement system. While we're proud of our fitting philosophy and process, it's our ability to deliver clubs built to precise specifications that really sets us apart. When we deliver clubs, you will get clubs that are matching within 1/10 of a flex. Whether you need a core fitting to get a set that precisely matches your specifications, or you want to fine-tune your set by finding the best loss for your wedges so that your carry distances are equally spaced, our club fitting program will give you the confidence that your clubs match you and match each other. And that's going to help you play better golf.